Hello, I am Sunita. Welcome to my class. Here I am going to discuss Karnataka TET Science Most Expected Questions. This is my fifth class. Follow all my classes, then you can easily clear TET exam. Next question. The image of a distinct colored object formed in a pinhole camera is always. What is the nature of image? They are asking the question. Option 1, virtual, erect, colored and diminished. Option 2, real, erect, colored and diminished. Option 3, real, inverted, black and white and diminished. Option 4, real, inverted, colored and diminished. Option 4 is the correct answer. Let us see here. This is the pinhole camera. This pinhole camera you can make in the home also. Then here you can see this small hole. Through this small hole you have to see. Then here you can observe a tree with the help of a pinhole camera. Then you will get a image, inverted image on the screen of the pinhole camera. Here the image is real because you are getting on the screen. You are able to see the image, therefore it is real. And inverted, then you can see inverted is nothing but ulta. The upside it will become down here, the down it will become up here, therefore inverted. And colored, what is the image you are getting, it is same color as the object. And also diminished is nothing but see the size of the image compared to the object, the size of the image is decreased or diminished, therefore the option 4 is the correct answer. Study the following table. Here they are given 4 different options. Part of stamen is nothing but reproductive part of men. Part of pistil is nothing but reproductive part of woman. Then here for men, anther and filament are the reproductive parts of men. Then ovary, stigma and style is the reproductive part of woman. Therefore option A is the correct answer for this question. Next question. If you carefully dig a grass plant and observe its roots and leaves, you will find that it has a option 1, tap roots and parallel venation. Option 2, tap roots and reticulate venation. Option 3, fibrous roots and reticulate venation. Option 4, fibrous roots and parallel venation. The correct answer for this question is fibrous roots and parallel venation. Here you can see in the grass plant. Here you will observe a fibrous roots and the venation is parallel venation. Let us see the question. The ratio between the length of small intestine and large intestine in the human body is, they are asking the ratio of length of small intestine and large intestine. In human, the small intestine is about 6 meter or 20 feet long, and the large intestine is about 1.5 meter or 5 feet long. Then 20:5 is 5 ones are 5 fours are. Here the ratio is 4:1, but here they are given 5:1. Therefore the nearest ratio in this option is 5:1. Therefore 5:1 is the correct answer. Next question. The normal temperature of human body on Celsius scale and Fahrenheit scale is respectively. The correct option is option first, 37 degrees Celsius and 98.6 Fahrenheit. Listen here. This is the Celsius scale. This is a Fahrenheit scale. The normal body temperature of human body, 37 degrees Celsius, then 98.6 Fahrenheit. Let us see next question. Select the group of poor conductor of heat from the following. First option, air, water, plastic. Second one, wool, wood, iron. Third one, water, copper, wood. Fourth one, air, aluminium, wool. What is meant by poor conductor of heat is nothing but the material which allow less amount of heat to pass through it. That one we will call it as a poor conductor of heat. Here option 1, air, water, plastic. These are the example for poor conductor of heat. In these options, iron, copper, aluminium, these 3 are good conductor of heat. You know all the metals are good conductor of heat. Therefore, option 1 is the best example for poor conductor of heat. Let us discuss next question. The reason of sea breeze is here during the daytime the sea breeze it will occurs. During the daytime the land it will become more warmer compared to sea. Because of this warm land it will generate a warm air, because warm air is nothing but it does not contain water droplets. Because of this less density it will rises up, then later when it is cooled down it will come down. Then already you know above the sea you are having cool air, then again the cool air it will move towards the land. Then here you can observe the circulation of air it will be takes place. This one we will call it as a sea breeze. The next one, what is meant by a land breeze? During night the sea it will become warmer compared to land. Therefore from sea the warm water it will rises up, then it will move towards the land, because the land it contains a cool air. Again it will move towards the sea. Here the circulation of air it will be takes place. This one we will call it as a land breeze. Therefore correct option for this question is the reason for sea breeze is during the day the land gets heated up faster than the sea water. Let us discuss next question. You have phenolphthalein solution in 3 test tube ABC on putting 2-3 drops of dilute hydrochloric acid in a solution of sodium hydroxide in B, distilled water in C. If you immediately observe the color of the solution in each test tube, you will find the solution in a test tube. Here they are asking the question. Take 3 different test tube. In test tube A, take hydrochloric acid. In test tube B, take sodium hydroxide. In test tube C, take distilled water. In all the 3 cases, add phenolphthalein indicator, 2-3 drops of phenolphthalein indicator. Then immediately what is the changes of the color of the solution? They are asking the question. Here the correct option for this question is option A. Phenolphthalein, that is an indicator. It will test the presence of an acid or base. We will use in the experiment. If we add phenolphthalein in hydrochloric acid, then you will get colorless, because phenolphthalein it will not react with any acid. In coming to the test tube B, it contains sodium hydroxide base. If you add 2-3 drops of phenolphthalein in sodium hydroxide, immediately it will appear pink color. The solution immediately it will turns to pink. It will indicate phenolphthalein it will react with base very easily. In the third case, it contains distilled water. If you add 2-3 drops of phenolphthalein indicator to distilled water, here the distilled water is a neutral, it is neither an acid nor a base, then it will not react with phenolphthalein indicator. In this case you will get colorless. Therefore option A, option 1 is the correct answer. Next question, a student puts a drop of dilute sodium solution of sodium hydroxide first on a blue litmus paper, then on a red litmus paper. He would observe that option 1, the blue litmus paper turns red and the red litmus paper turns blue. Option 2, there is no change in the blue litmus paper and the red litmus paper turns to blue. Option 3, there is no change in the red litmus paper and the blue litmus paper turn red. Option 4, blue litmus paper turns colorless and there is no change in the red litmus paper. Here sodium hydroxide is a base. You know sodium hydroxide it will not react with blue litmus paper, otherwise there is no color change in blue litmus paper. But if you put sodium hydroxide in red litmus paper as showing in the picture, then if you dip red litmus paper to sodium hydroxide solution, then red litmus paper it turns to blue. It will indicate the presence of a base. Therefore sodium hydroxide we will consider as a base. It will not react with blue litmus paper. It turns red litmus paper to blue. Therefore correct answer for this question is there is no change in the blue litmus paper and red litmus paper turns blue. Next question, If we add a handful of garden soil to a beaker filled 3/4 with water, stir the content with a stick to dissolve the soil and then let it stand undisturbed for some time, we observe the different layer. The order of this layer from the bottom to the top is option 1 gravel, clay, sand, humus, water. Option 2 sand, gravel, clay, water, humus. Option 3 clay, sand, gravel, humus, water. Option 4 gravel, sand, clay, water, humus. Consider a soil, then add soil in 3/4 of a beaker containing water. Then leave for distil well and leave it for some time. Then you can observe a different layer of soil. The layer it will form depends upon the density. The stone it is having higher density, it will settle down. Then your humus it is having less density, therefore it will float on the upper layer of the water. The level is first is stone, then gravels, third one is sand, fourth one is clay, then water, then humus. The correct answer for this question is gravel, sand, clay, water and also humus. Cereals, next question. Cereals such as wheat and gram are grown in an area. The soil of this area must be option 1 both loamy and sandy, option 2 clay, option 3 both sandy and clay, option 4 both clay and loamy. Let us discuss. Clay and loamy, both the soil have the right capacity to hold the water. Here the two types of soil, clay and loamy, they have the capacity to hold the water. Therefore, to grow a cereals, we will use this type of soil. Then when clay soil is mixed with humus, it will become more fertile. When clay soil is mixed with humus, then fertility of the soil it will be increases. It will create more space to water and air. Therefore, for this purpose, for this beautiful feature of soil, we will use both clay and loamy to uh, to grow a cereals. Therefore, correct answer for this question is option 4. Next question. When a copper plate is exposed to moist air for long, it acquires a dull green coating. The green material is option 1 copper sulfate, option 2 a mixture of copper hydroxide and copper sulfate, option 3 a mixture of copper carbonate and copper sulfate, option 4 a mixture of copper carbonate and copper hydroxide. Let us discuss here. Copper metal when exposed to air turns green in color. Here see, listen here. If you expose copper metal to air, then you can see the green patches on the copper. This is due to the process of corrosion. By corrosion it will happen here. Listen. When copper vessel is exposed to air in rainy season, the metal react with gases and moisture and atmospheric gases to form a mixture of copper carbonate and copper hydroxide. This gives a green color to the surface of the copper metal. You know, when you expose copper to a atmosphere, then in the atmosphere you know moist is there, then different types of gases are there. Then copper it will react with water, then carbon dioxide and oxygen present in the air, then you will get copper hydroxide and copper carbonate. Because the formation of copper hydroxide and copper carbonate, then you can see the green patches, otherwise green coating on the copper surface. Therefore, correct answer for this question is a mixture of copper carbonate and copper hydroxide will form when you expose copper to air, because it will react with atmospheric carbon dioxide, oxygen and also moist air. Next one, hand-on activities and project form an integral part of learning of science. These learning experiments primarily aim at, when you are giving hand-on activities project, what is the main aim? They are asking the question. Assessing the students on practical skills. First option, no, this is not the correct one, because only it will not improve the practical skill. That is not the aim of the hand-on activities and project. Then next one, keeping the student engaged all the time. This is also wrong. Why you want to keep the students engaged? This is also not the aim of the science learning. Then next one, maintaining discipline in the laboratory. This is also wrong, because only the maintaining discipline is not the aim. The next fourth one, providing opportunity to students for extended learning, and this is the correct one, because when you are doing hand-on activities or project, you are giving a particular topic to your students, then you are creating an environment to make the student to learn the each and every topic properly. And when they are doing the experiment and hand-on activities, they will involve more compared to listening and seeing. Therefore this method is very, very important. This is the main aim of an hand-on activities and project. Next question, the following steps not in the proper sequence of generally recommended to be followed in scientific method. When you want to solve a problem, depends upon the scientific method, then which are the steps you will follow. Here they are given the wrong step, but you have to prescribe the proper one. They are asking the question. First one, in the scientific method, first you have to identify the problems. Identification of problem. When you read the question, first you have to identify the problems. What is the problem? Then how we can solve? First you have to think. Then next one, formulation of hypothesis. Hypothesis, otherwise with which method. Then you have to imagine the concept in which method, how you can solve the problems. First you have to think. The next step, formulation of hypothesis. You have to follow a proper method. Then third one, collection of data. To solve a particular problem, you have to collect the data. Whatever the data you are given, first you have to collect all the data. Then next one, testing of hypothesis, whether the hypothesis what you followed, whether depends upon that hypothesis whether you can solve the problem or not. You have to test the hypothesis. Next one, drawing of conclusion. Later you can draw the conclusion, depends upon the all the data and follow a proper hypothesis how you can solve a particular problem. Then based on that all the data, you have to form a drawing. Based on that drawing, you can finally you can conclude the problems. Therefore correct answer for this question is, first is option C, second one B, D, A, E. This is the correct one. Next question, which one of the following approach adopted by a science teacher reflect scientific temper on her part? Which of the following she has to adopt to make the scientific temper on her part, means how she can make the student to understand the science topic. Which option is very otherwise which option is very important, they are asking the question. Option A, maintaining perfect discipline in the class. If she maintain perfect discipline in the class, they will not even open the mouth, they will not raise the hand to ask the question. If so much discipline is there inside the class is like that, they are very scared to interact with the teacher. Therefore this is the wrong one. Second one, covering the prescribed syllabus as quickly as possible. This is also wrong one. Their intention is not to cover only the syllabus. Their intention is make the student to understand the science topics. Therefore this is the wrong one. Encourage students to ask questions in the classroom. This is the correct one. When the students, if they raise the question, then they are able to understand the concept. When they start questioning, then it will plays an important role in understanding the concept. Therefore this is the correct answer. Then fourth one, preparing difficult question paper to enhance learning. This is also wrong. If difficult question paper, then the students, they are not able to answer the question, then there is no use for preparing a difficult question. Then this is the wrong one. Then therefore the correct answer is option 3. Thanks for listening my class. Send me your valuable feedback. Whatever the question I am discussed in the class, these questions are very important. Practice the questions and understand the topic properly, then revise, then it will helpful for your TET exam.